If you could describe your personal style in 3 words, what would those words be? Don't worry, I'll give you some time. Okay, so do you have your 3 words yet? If not, it's all good. Hopefully by the end of this video, you will have your 3 words. But for me, I always like to describe my style as chic, of course, classic, and comfortable. So those are my top 3 words that I would use to describe my style, and they just so happen to start with the letter C. So I like to call them my 3 C's. Those words really represent my style and who I am. Obviously, chic is my brand name, and that is just what my style has always been. Classic, I love a wardrobe staple. I love a blazer. I love a button up. I really love a great trouser. I want to be comfortable. I want to be able to move around in my clothes. I don't want to be constricted. That is one C I don't want to be. I do not want to be constricted in my clothes, and I don't want to feel like I can't breathe. So comfortability is at the top of my list when it comes to describing my style. So I'm always going to wear something that's soft, wear something that's comfortable. Although it may look like it's structured or constricting, it's the complete opposite. Hey boss ladies, it's your favorite style savant Kristen, and I'm excited to be back with another video. If it's your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about personal style personas. So I actually did a blog post on this a couple of years ago, and I broke down each of the personal style archetypes or personas. So you know, like classic, casual, edgy, boho, all the different styles that exist. So every time someone asks you what is your personal style, one of those words will probably come to mind. But disclaimer, I do not want you to feel like you have to be one or the other. You can be a multiple of 3, you can be a multiple of 5, or you can be all of them. But the cool thing about personal style is that it is personal to you. So the way that you style sporty or the way that you style classic is your own personal way. So I love that about this. It's going to be fun really talking through each of these personal style personas and seeing where you may fall. So real quick, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristen Johnson. I'm the CEO and founder of SCB Luxury Styling, where I help aspiring, sophisticated women align their inner beauty with their outer appearance. I do that through body shaping, I do that through confidence building, and of course, capsule wardrobing. I've been styling for years, and I absolutely am passionate about helping women to show up as their most confident self through style. I also love helping women to determine their body shape. So with these different personas that I'll be talking about today, I am going to mention a few styles that align with these personas, but I don't want you to feel like you have to gravitate toward that style if it does not flatter your body shape. These are just some examples that you can use and just help to guide you in the right direction. So I hope this will be helpful for you. So like I said, by the end of this video, I truly hope that you have your 3 words that describe your personal style, whether they're one of the words that I mentioned or something else that you feel as though really represents you and your style. I hope that by the end of this video, you'll be able to have your 3 words. So let's hop right into these style personas because I'm excited to really walk through each of them and to give you some inspiration on how these personas can truly align with your personal style. So let's start off with classic. So y'all, classic is just as how it sounds. Classic wardrobe staples that will never go out of style. So think timeless, polished, professional, put together, clean cut. Those are the words that I would describe as classic. So some examples of some pieces that I would consider to be classic are a nice blazer, whether it be one button or double breast or even collarless. I also want to mention some trousers. So we all love a good trouser, and we all should have a good trouser in our closet, whether it be a tapered trouser, a wide leg trouser, a straight leg trouser, wide leg with pleats, a little bit of everything. A nice trouser is a great classic piece to have in your wardrobe. A trench coat. So a trench coat is another style that will never go out of style, y'all. I love a nice trench coat that you can layer over a suit, you can layer it over a dress, or even a sweatsuit, y'all. Like, that's what I mean as far as personal style. I'm the type of girl that will wear a sweatsuit and layer a trench coat over top and will not care about it. I love a nice trench coat that you can really dress up and dress down. And that's really what it is about a lot of these pieces. Like, they're versatile enough to dress up and dress down, so you can have them in your wardrobe for a long time and truly get a lot of wear out of them. So the classic style would probably work best for a lot of professionals, executives, entrepreneurs, anyone who is wanting to show up with sophistication. But again, you can fit into that mold, but you may not be considered classic, and that's okay too. So don't feel like you have to be constrained to either of these personas. Just make sure that you are always showing up as your authentic self and just using these as an inspiration and a guide to decide what personal style you want to lean more into. Moving on to minimal. So minimal is very similar to classic, but with a twist. That's how I like to describe it. So it's your classic pieces, but with minor details, with a little edge, maybe with a little twist that is slightly different from your traditional piece. These pieces can be in neutrals or they can be in fun colors, y'all. Like, don't feel like you have to be classic with a bunch of neutral, boring colors. You can really add some colors and mix it in with the neutrals just to have some fun and to showcase your personality. So honestly, when it comes to minimal pieces, they're literally wardrobe staples too, y'all. But the only difference is that they may have a minor detail or they're just a little bit more elevated than the classic pieces. So maybe it's a top with like a tie on the side, or a top that has a cowl neck, or even some pants with buttons going down the side. Really cool minor details on a classic piece that still gives it that versatility, but just a little bit more elevated and slightly different and more unique than your traditional wardrobe staple. You can even consider textures like ribbed or even suede to really elevate those classic pieces and make them more minimal. Okay, so moving on to casual, y'all. So we all know what casual is. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about casual is a t-shirt and jeans. So I love describing it as a relaxed style, more laid back, more easygoing, and even practical. Many of you may have started dressing more business casual. So for me, business casual is going to be jeans with a blazer, or even a cardigan with a nice trouser. Something that is not as buttoned up, but still very put together. But back to casual. Casual is going to be your jeans and sneakers. It's going to be even a blazer and some loafers with jeans. That can also be casual to me too. So anything that is not as buttoned up, but a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more laid back and less refined. Staple pieces for casual are gonna be some denim jeans, t-shirts, maybe even a sweatshirt, sneakers, lightweight cardigans, comfy sweaters, anything that's super duper comfortable and something that you can wear honestly every day, maybe even when you're not working. So this type of style works well for everyday life. Honestly, anybody can dress casually, and anyone who prioritizes comfort. So I'm a little bit of casual as well because I love comfort, but I also like elevated pieces that make me look put together and a little bit more refined. So you won't really see me in too many jeans, although I do want to get a few more pairs of jeans. But if I do wear a pair of jeans, it's going to be with a nice top, it's going to be with a nice jacket to really bring the look together. Okay, so moving on to sporty, y'all. So sporty is gonna be a little bit more comfortable, functional, and athletic. So for those of you who played sports growing up, or even for those of you who just have more of an athletic build, sporty may be a good option for you. Now, sporty doesn't always have to mean joggers and sweatpants. You can really dress up sporty. You can do a sweatsuit and heels, although that's very niched to many people's style, and not everybody can pull that off. But like I mentioned in a lot of my other videos, I love an elastic waistband or like a nice jogger pant, and you can easily dress those up and dress them down, whether you wear them with sneakers, booties, loafers, or even heels, y'all. So throwing on a pair of joggers with a nice top, or even a layering piece, and then adding on a leather jacket, adding on a blazer, adding on a nice structured jacket to really complete your look, will really take your outfit from super casual to extremely elevated and still very sporty. So think textures like the sweatpant texture, or even something very soft and stretchy. Like, sporty can honestly be anything. It does not have to always be a sneaker, and it does not have to always be athletic wear. You can also dress up a legging with a heel and a blazer and a nice blouse or a bodysuit. It's so many different ways that you can incorporate sporty characteristics into your outfit without actually coming off as super casual or super dressed down. So some staple pieces for a sporty look are going to be a baseball cap, joggers, sneakers, sweatshirts, sweatpants, and anything, like I mentioned, that you would normally wear if you were playing a sport or working out. But these pieces are so versatile that you can honestly wear them in any kind of way and still look very nice and elevated. So the sporty style, I would say, is for someone who is more so on the go. You know, you work from home, you're running errands, maybe you have children that play sports, so you're going to a lot of gaming events, or even just traveling a lot too. I think a sporty style can be extremely versatile and just easy. And honestly, if you work out and go to the gym, I don't see why you wouldn't have any sporty outfits or sporty clothes in your wardrobe. I'm not an extremely sporty person, but I do love elements of sporty. So I love a fun sneaker, I love leggings, I love nice pants that have that soft texture feel, whether they're sweatpants or whether they're a nice jogger. So although you won't always see me in those types of styles, I am actually looking forward to incorporating some of those pieces into my 2025 style this year. So I think I mentioned that some of my goals for 2025 were to add in pieces that were more comfortable and that have some extra detail. So with that being said, I might add in a few joggers or even a few hoodies to layer underneath my blazers. That's my type of style, and I think that's so fun and comfortable, but still very authentic to who I am. Okay, so moving on to boho. So in my opinion, boho is probably at the bottom of my favorite style list. I love free-flowing, comfy pieces, but it's never really been my style. So let's talk a little bit about what boho is. So boho is described as free-spirited, artsy, eclectic. You love prints, you love florals, but even if you love a salad, it's really all about like the style and details. So ruffles or fringe or even suede as a texture, something that flows with you. But even if you want some structure, thinking about pieces that are a little bit more oversized, a little bit more relaxed, but still very put together. So you can really take boho from one direction to the next. You can be very free-spirited, very relaxed and loose and oversized, or you could be a little bit more refined with a nice leather boot, a knee-high boot, with a really flowy dress and a structured leather jacket. You can go in so many different directions with boho, which is why I feel like I haven't really found my boho style just yet. But I do love a leather jacket, I do love a boot, and I do love a comfortable dress that has some shape and some flow. So it really all depends on your personal style. But let me know in the comments if you feel like boho really resonates with you. So a few staple pieces for the boho style are going to be a flowy midi dress, fringe, wide brim hats, and earth tones. So another style that comes to mind are also flare leg jeans and even wide leg jeans, y'all. Now, if you know me, you know I love a wide leg jean. So that is probably the only thing that I would say that really showcases my boho style. I also love earth tones. So one of my favorite colors to wear is olive or green. That could also mean that I love a little boho style, but it's not something that I typically gravitate towards. But it is something that is trending. So if you're into trends, if you're into following trends this year, then you're definitely gonna see a lot of boho, and you may wanna play around with that. So boho styles really work well with festivals, outdoor events during the summer or even the fall. Anyone who loves vintage pieces, that just loves unique, stylish, earthy pieces, can also enjoy the boho style. So if that is you, let me know in the comments. So moving on to romantic. Now I will say romantic and boho are a little similar, but still very different. So I would describe romantic as feminine, delicate, and graceful. So very girly, very light and airy, but still very refined. So a few staple pieces for romantic styles are going to be lace details, florals, a few ruffles, pastel colors, and pieces that probably incorporate the color pink. Honestly, truly. Romantic styles are definitely something that I gravitate towards. So as opposed to boho, I would say my style is definitely more of the romantic style. I love florals. I love a top that has like a sheer or like nice flowy style, but usually gravitating towards something that has like a nice floral print that I can pair down with a solid pant or even a printed pant if I decide to, and like a cute boot, something that really is girly and just really showcases my girly style. The cool thing about my style is that I love girly, extremely girly pieces, but then I also like to balance them out with kind of more androgynous or more edgy styles so that I don't feel all the way girly, but just a little girly and then a little kind of like, I don't want to say manly, but that's the best way I can describe it. So I'll wear like a cute floral dress, but then throw on a nice leather jacket or even a nice blazer to really complete my look. And maybe even throw on a sneaker or a bootie to really finish things off. So depending on how I'm feeling, my mood, what I'm trying to go for that day, I can really mix a few of these different style personas together to really curate the best style for me. So this romantic style works for women who loves a touch of elegance and softness in their wardrobe. So think sheer, really soft pinks, pastels, but even some bold colors too, hot pink. Mustard yellow could also be romantic as well, depending on how it's styled and how it's incorporated into your look. So moving on to edgy, y'all. Edgy is definitely a style that I love to play around with, but not too much. I wouldn't say that my style is full on edgy because I love those feminine romantic elements and also those classic pieces too. But I love texture, I love layering, I love leather, I love metals, I love silver, I love gold. I'm just now getting into mixing metals. I also love some animal print too. So let's talk a little bit about what edgy is. So edgy is typically bold, daring, rebellious. So you'll do things that you probably wouldn't do on a regular basis or just for every day. But some people, if that's your style, this is an everyday look for you. So think combat boots, think metallics, think leather, animal prints, very hardcore, but it doesn't have to be full-on hardcore. Like I mentioned, you can take elements from each of these personal style personas and mix them together with others, or just tone them down with neutrals and softer fabrics so that you don't feel like not yourself. A few more staple pieces that really align with edgy styles are studded jackets, studded accessories, ripped jeans. I think I mentioned leather jackets, anything leather, animal print, combat boots, anything that laces up is going to be considered edgy. I love a nice edgy piece, y'all. Like I really do. And I am so excited to just explore some more edgier styles in the new year. So edgy styles work well for anybody who just wants to express their style, their individuality, and make a statement. Edgy styles are definitely something that are probably going to turn heads, but it doesn't, like I said, always have to. You can really tone it down with neutrals. You can really tone it down with other elements from either of these personas to just make it more you. Okay, so glam. Glam, y'all, I would say is very similar to edgy, but a little bit more girly, a little bit more like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm lying, I do. So luxurious is perfect, bold, eye-catching. So glam, you want to think of sparkles, glitter, metallic, sequins, satin. Kind of think of like Diana Ross in the 70s or even Tracy Ellis Ross. Sometimes glam is really more so for formal outings, special occasion events. So we all kind of tap into our glam every once in a while. But for those of us who really only do it for those special occasion events and those outings, you know, those are times that you can tap into your glam. But for those of you who do it every day, I applaud you, because I will say glam is not typically my style. I do love metallics, but I would more so do a metallic shoe or a metallic bottom or even just an accessory, but I would never do a full-on metallic. I would never do like a bunch of sequins. I do love satin though. I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I do love a satin skirt. I have a satin blazer. So that kind of taps into my glam a bit, but my version is definitely going to be a little bit more toned down or refined. Also think of furs. So a nice fur, perfect for the winter, perfect for the colder months. I do have a pink fur coat that I love, but I really dress that down with like jeans, or I'll wear it with all black, and I'll do something very simple. But I would never do too much because that's just not my style. So definitely take tidbits from each of these personas and see what resonates with you the most and gravitate towards that. So last but not least, y'all, one of my favorite style personas is preppy. So for a long time, I really did not think I was preppy. I really did not. But looking back, looking back at my style over the years, I always gravitate towards preppier pieces. So anything that has a collar, anything that's collegiate. I love a bomber. I love pleated skirts. I love all of that, y'all. Oxfords. I love layering sweaters over button-up shirts. That is my jam. I love cuffing my jeans. I just love a really refined, clean cut look. And that is what preppy is all about. So think polished, think collegiate, think tailored, very put together, pleats, think all of that. Honestly, Ralph Lauren is the definition of preppy in my book, even a little bit of J. Crew too. So a few staple pieces for preppy are gonna be polo shirts, pleated skirts, loafers, blazers, sweaters, cardigans, all the things. And this style typically works well for women who love a youthful look, but still very polished. So when I say youthful, I think of more so color. So when it comes to preppy, I feel like a lot of preppy styles are not afraid to play around with color. And I love color. So wearing like a collared knit that is in a bright pink with like a green stripe, or really thinking of like gingham or check or argyle prints in nice, cool colors. So that is what preppy is all about. And honestly, y'all, I'm looking forward to leaning more into my preppy as the year goes on. So I'm excited for that. So that is all of the style personas, y'all. Let me know in the comments which one of these really resonates with you the most. I hope the pictures that you saw throughout this video will help you to kind of understand what all of these personas can look like for you. But again, this is inspiration. This is supposed to be a guide. So do not feel like you have to stick to one type of persona. Definitely feel free to pull details and characteristics from each of these personas that truly align with you. So after discussing all of them, I would say the ones that resonate with me the most are preppy, edgy, classic, minimal, and romantic. So out of the 9 different style personas, I would say about 5 of them really resonate with me the most. Maybe 6 if I want to include sporty, because I do love a sneaker and I do love a comfy sweatshirt, a comfy sweatsuit, all the things. So again, let me know in the comments if either of these style personas align with you, and if you're still unsure about what style persona makes the most sense for you, let me know that too, and we can dig a little deeper in another video. But I appreciate you all for watching. I appreciate all the support. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Kristen Johnson. Definitely make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and let me know what you'd like the next video to be about. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.